Something that I've learned throughout the years is that there is a definite flow to training. One thing that we can't be doing is expecting our dogs to either handle a situation or perform a task that we haven't even given them a foundation of. And a lot of the times we expect way too much from our dogs when we haven't even worked on some simple things. So here, just like getting in and out of the car, I'm helping this dog out as much as I can. I'm using the leash. I even have a food lure in my hand. I don't always do this, but just to get some good reps in. I'm going to get some good reps in before then I'm going to start to wean off of these things. Or if I'm going into a super distracting situation, I'm going to work on simple things such as, okay, well, first, give me some effort of engaging with me. I'm going to only be acknowledging you and rewarding you when you make the choice to be paying attention to me. And everything else, I'm just going to not let you necessarily act on. I'm going to restrict some of your choices. But when you are paying attention to me, we're going to first I'm just going to reward that, but then I'm going to add in more things such as sitting, downing, or even here, I'm going to get a little bit more strict with the leash. So when you feel that leash pressure and now you see it's short and you really see that leash pressure until you've completed it all, that leash pressure stays until you've actually done what I've asked and then it goes away. And so what you see here too is that whole time, this little guy is following not only the leash, but also me and my body because I'm connected to it. And what I've done is I've created this engagement with him where, yes, he's following the leash, but he's getting all of the direction really from me. And the leash is just kind of our first tool of communication. And then I can use my body language to also direct him. And that's basically what hand signals are. And that's also how we can teach them just the simple things. But first, I want you to be able to do something as simple as engage with me. Then I'll start to get more strict. Again, there's a flow. And I'm not going to expect you to be able to, handle a really hard task, such as staying in that down and staying there with me moving to the end of this aisle when I haven't even just gotten you to be able to be calm, focused, and engaged with me and ignoring what's going on around us. And so something as simple as just like freedom being off the leash. Well, first I'm going to work on the short leash. Then I'm also going to move to this long leash. And I want to make sure like, hey, what do you do? If you see something, are you just going to act on your first thought process, which is almost always going to be impulsive, and just go straight for that thing? Or can you literally do anything else? If it's just walking by, seeing that they're there and ignoring them, or can you engage with me? And then I'll start to let you off the leash. And then I'll also work in things, once we work on leash, such as a remote training collar, where then I can still prompt and communicate you off the leash. So this guy here is doing fantastic. But for 6 whole weeks, me and his family, we worked private lessons and just worked on the leash. Because this guy, he would just blow him off. He would ignore him. So we just fixed their relationship where he didn't have the option. He was choosing the option and ignoring his owner's direction because he could. So we took that away. He had to be on leash. That leash even was dragging around inside for a while. Well, now we're at this point where we can go off the leash and we can challenge him or at least work him through a lot of that quote-unquote stubbornness solely by, having a good foundations built, being on leash. But now I can use this off-leash tool to communicate with him and be able to, again, get him to work through any sort of quote-unquote stubbornness and build a good routine. But really, I'm making sure that I have a good foundations built. And then I'm going to start to really get stricter and expect more from him.